My name is Arik Cruz. I am a sophomore criminal justice and sociology major from Flippin, Arkansas. The piece I have chosen to research is located just off the multi-use trail that runs through Fayetteville, right next to the Marion Orton Recycling Center on North Street. Unable to find any mention of an actual title for the sculpture, I will henceforth refer to it as recycling. This piece was created by John Stalling, a blacksmith artist from Eureka Springs, Arkansas, who graduated from Northwest Missouri State University with a bachelor's degree in art. In September 2013, the Orton Recycling Center opened. To bring awareness and support to the center, Fayetteville desired to have a recycling-themed sculpture created. In July of 2014, the city chose Stalling's sketch proposal over those of 8 other artists to be placed in an area adjacent to the center. He was thus commissioned for the job and completed the project in November of the same year. Recycling is a 20-foot sculpture that uses various elements to look rather generally like a tree. It also includes a triangular recycling symbol at the top of the structure. Recycling contains horizontal, vertical, curved, and even diagonal lines. The piece is set in an overall vertical plane. Given the general symmetry of the work, it has a great balance. The form of the sculpture as a whole is a mixture of both geometric and organic. This is due to its conical design and the use of natural-looking curved forms to invoke the essence of tree branches near the top. The surface of the sculpture also uses both geometric and organic shapes. While most of the piece is very organized with hard lines that create obvious shapes, those same forms also portray natural elements such as the bark. Recycling, since it is a sculpture, has a true depth and does not need certain techniques to give it the appearance of being three-dimensional. It does, however, use negative space in certain areas to create specific shapes or forms as needed. The work displays multiple hues, including reds, blues, and oranges, but is also partly achromatic in its high use of gray. The bodies of the colors used are mostly high. The colors are also rather diluted for the most part, so the intensity of the piece is really not very high. Recycling has an actual texture of being hard, metallic, grooved towards the base, and smooth at the top. It is the grooves along the base of the structure that give it a simulated rough texture. To analyze this piece, I chose to use psychoanalysis. Recycling to me says a lot about the artist who created it. The choice of materials for the piece, including rocks, crushed cans, and glass, exemplifies not only the creativity of the artist, but most likely his dedication to the actual cause of recycling. It appears to me that he took his task of creating a piece that is truly reflective of its purpose very seriously. One cannot deny that those materials used make a statement about the type of artist Stalling is. The work is also expressive of Stalling's dedication to promoting recycling because he quite literally puts it on a pedestal. By framing the recycling symbol at the top between 2 branches, the artist brings ultimate focus to the work's message. It is rather difficult to classify this piece into a specific style of art. Since it is very contemporary, it sort of melds together various styles. One style of art that this piece seems to exemplify is postmodernism. This is primarily due to the fact that it was created so recently and certainly after the 1960s when most historians say the movement began. It fits the bill of postmodernism because it is a complex piece that reflects its surroundings. It does this not only by being site-specific, but also because it is in the shape and form of the tree. It is also postmodern because it is partially made out of non-traditional materials like the crushed cans or broken glass. By using these, the artist not only makes a huge statement about recycling, but diverges from more conventional methods. This lends itself to be concurrently identified with early 20th century art, as it does meet the definition of assemblage which arose in this era. Also visible in recycling is the artistic genre of environmental art or eco-art. This is the case because it establishes a set goal of willing people to recycle and is made in part with recycled materials. It is also difficult to say which other periods might have influenced this piece because it is so unique. However, one could see a bit of romantic influence as the piece symbolizes harmonious living with nature, a key component of the Romantic movement and any green movement as well. Further, this piece could have been inspired by Surrealism or even abstract expressionism, as it uses elements such as shape, line, form, and color to create a piece that is both completely unrealistic but representative of known parts of life. I chose to research this piece because it is one of my favorite works of art that I have seen around Fayetteville. The sculpture has a certain feel to it that just really interests me. I very much appreciate the fact that the work is so dedicated to promoting recycling. Hopefully others will witness and appreciate just as much as I have.